So I've been very far behind on everything I've made for a video as far as this LJ is concerned. Today I am putting in this ARB air compressor, running some line to the front, got a little T and an elbow, making things fit nice and tight in here, running a line down underneath the Jeep, gonna come up to the wheel well, and then I got a bulkhead fitting. It's gonna go up inside the fender well, and it's gonna come through the fender well right here. I'm gonna have a little whip hose. It's gonna come to a little junction box right here, and everything's gonna feed from that air compressor into this junction box, which is then going to get plumbed into the cage once I get this actually cleaned up and finished up here. So I guess to catch everybody up real quickly, I should probably explain a little bit about what's been going on. So I've had radiator problem after radiator problem with this thing, and I have finally figured it all out. I know I got a little mess here going on with the wiring. Get all this crap out of the way. So I've replaced this radiator 3 times. Not this exact one, but this is the newest one. Every time it was either the cap or the petcock down at the bottom. Alright, and here's our line. This petcock right here. The threads inside there kept blowing out of them, and it was just leaking out, but it wouldn't leak when I was setting it idle. It would only leak when it was under pressure when I was driving, and I just kept checking and just kept checking, kept having low coolant, and couldn't figure it out for the life of me. Finally, I've got it figured out, cleaned and topped off, and all done. So that situation is resolved, but in the meantime, I've been collecting a bunch of things. Got a new winch rope, got that replaced that with this from the steel cable to the nylon winch rope. Got some D-rings. Finally just making this thing all around capable, functional. Had some steering issues, kept getting bump steer, so I relocated the drag link from the top down to the bottom. That way my geometry for the steering, the drag link, and the track bar were all on the same plane. I never really actually paid attention to it. I kind of just ran it the way that it was. Didn't ever really think much about it, but I thought I had sway bar issues. Every time I hit a bump, this Jeep had no sway bars, but since my last video, I have added the Antirock sway bar in the rear. I apologize, everybody. I did not get that video in. Just was in a rush and just wanted to get it done. So you can see the link coming down here to the bracket I welded onto the frame. And I'll show you guys kind of what the deal is. So that's the bracket that welds onto the frame. I'm sorry, welds onto the axle. Sway bar link comes up here. Everything's adjustable. Comes into the end of the sway bar arm. Comes into the rod that goes through this is a torsion bar rod, I guess. I'm not really sure what you want to call it, but anyways, it runs under the body above the fuel tank and to the other side. This was a very much a pain in the butt. This was not easy to do. I will have to admit, doing this by myself was very difficult, so I recommend 2 people. If there's any advice I can give you on that. So here's the driver's side, and you kind of have to notch out the inner fender liner there to make this side fit. You can see a little bit of it up there. Bracket, all the hardware. So that is a little bit of an update since my last video. I have done nothing to this cage. I'm really starting to get upset about it, so now it's go time. But I have to get this air line set up all done, so that way before I pull this cage in, sandblast it. That's the word I was looking for. By the way, this is just temporary. Don't anybody hate me. It's a horrible location. Not a big fan of it. But in case if anybody's wondering, it's a quick release. So you pull the pin and it just pops out. That was a recent add-on. Kind of hard to do with only one hand. But anyway, you get the idea. So I've made a little recovery bag. A couple of things here. Got a strap in here. I got an air hose set up in here, which I'm kind of a big fan of. I'll show you guys real quickly. This is just a standard jumper cable bag that I made up an air hose set up in. Yes, I did make this. I know that there are some kits out there that are similar to this. I did get ideas from those kits. However, these are my own hose setups, whatever you want to call them. So these are two 25-foot long hoses. So I got T style, I believe. No, M style. Anyways, I'll figure that out later. These couplings are not your standard couplings. They have a little bit different style nipple on the end of them. I wanted to change all my fittings, so this is the route that I went. Anyways, these are swivel heads that I have made little adapters, so that way I can set up any setup I want. I can quick disconnect, and I can hook up two 25-foot hoses if I want and have 50 feet of hose, or I can get my little kit here out. Made a mess of things. This little deflation kit, something cheap I got on Amazon. So I've got multiple options. I got a single locking air tire chuck. I've got no locking air tire chuck that I can hook up to. And if in the event I ever need it, I have adapters that I made from T to M style. So that way if I ever need to go from my hose fittings to somebody else's, say for instance I need to go farther, need to get farther out there, whatever, and then if I need to use my tool at the end or whatever, however it would be easiest, I got some couplers to adapt from one style fitting to the other, and just some extras in here just in case. So anyways, this is my little air setup. This is what I've been working on, trying to get put together. I did, I guess you could say, build all this. It's not really a build per se. It's just a bunch of pieces that go together, and nothing special, nothing fancy. I did the swivels just because it seemed a little more practical. Some rock rings get in the way, and it's easier to get in there. These are a locking air chuck, so you slide it onto the Schrader and slide on the Schrader with it pulled back, and you slide this forward and it locks on and you can walk away from it. I'll make more videos about these in the future. Not really concerned about it just yet. I'll get there. Just want to show you guys a little bit of what I got going on. This is a small recovery bag, just made temporarily just to have some basics in, zip ties, bottle of water just for coolant or drinking if necessary, or cleaning a wound, whatever. You just never know. Bungee strap, winch cable, snatch block, some extra D-rings, gloves, ratchet straps, things like that. I'm trying to set this Jeep up so that way we can actually do some fairly long distance wheeling trips in it. So anyways, that's a little bit of an update of the LJ, and I will make some better video from here on out. I apologize for not getting very much out there in the past 6 or 7 months. Just been really tied up with a lot of obnoxious problems with this thing, and I really haven't been very interested in doing many videos on it. So moving forward, I will definitely start making some more videos and definitely show you guys this air setup. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know if you got any comments, if you got any ideas, any better options. By the way, I guess this is the front. I'll show you here. This is going to be a bulkhead fitting I'm going to put in the grill, so I'll have an air hose feed coming to the front as well, just as another alternative. So anyways, we'll see you guys later.